Good morning, everyone. Coming at you from Kentucky. Today we're gonna go for a car drive with the Sterling British Motoring Society. I know behind me there are no British cars, but that's how the club is. So now on, you can come with any kind of car which you use just casually. So there's not too many British cars remained in the club. The Sterling name coming from the city Mount Sterling, and then the rest you can figure. So today we're gonna take the DeSoto, and my daughter and her friend gonna take the little Fiat Spider. I made the European style instructions like what people on car rallies usually use, and that's gonna be something new for club members because I don't think they have, not too many of them, seen such a thing. But it was kind of fun for me to do it. We're gonna visit a nice church which was built a very long time ago, and they actually built another equally nice building around it. That's gonna be the first stop, and then we're gonna go to a covered bridge which was built like a long time ago too, and it's built out of wood and it's still there. So these are the two main meeting points, and then we're gonna have lunch at an old train station. Well, we got to the meeting point where we're gonna meet with the other club members. It's supposed to be a really nice day today, but on the way here it was raining just a bit, so my daughter closed the top on the little Fiat Spider, and then I'm gonna have to wash both cars again after we are done. So the club members are still arriving. Then we're gonna have a drivers meeting, and then we're gonna be on our way. I'm gonna try to park strategically at a place where I can take good videos and I can record the sounds of the cars passing by. At the midpoint we're gonna stop at a church, and that's a really old church, well, American standard wise, and then they wanted to protect it, so they built an equally nice building around it to protect it from the elements. So that's where we're gonna stop, and we got promised a 15 minutes guided tour of the place, and then we're gonna keep on going. This MGB in UK colors, well, not United Kingdom but University of Kentucky colors, reminds me that there is a huge football game today, so we have some of our members who actually had tickets for that game, so therefore they didn't really come. So today we're gonna have a lower attendance than it's usually we have. I just hope the drivers will actually read the instructions what I put on that paper, and not just looking at it or looking at the other person who's going in front of them. Here's a very nice MGA, and I guess we got a few of them in the club. Yeah, I really like it. but I have two Austin Healey, so no more MGs for me. I usually don't get excited over new cars, but some of our club members have some really super nice new cars. Some of them are brand new, some of them are just fairly new, just like this very futuristic looking Corvette. It's just came from the factory. The factory is in Kentucky as well, in Bowling Green. But look at these nice rims and the brakes. It's just incredible how large those brakes are. There's not too much of a tread on the tire, and that's how it's original. And the carbon fiber rim and some gigantic brakes on it. It looks very much like a Batmobile to me, but yeah, it just came from the factory. It takes a half a day to learn all the features in it, so in the Corvette Museum people take delivery of these cars, and I have a feeling this one is not a regular Corvette. It's actually a high performance top end version. I really like driving tours and don't like car shows too much where you just sit next to your car and do nothing. But at the other hand, I really like where you actually go to places, and what a beautiful car to take to places like this 356 Porsche. There is a place in Hungary where they're restoring these cars at a very top quality, so Germans actually taking their cars over to Hungary to get them worked on, and they have a really long backlog to finish these cars. I've seen this car around town a couple of times. There's a really active Porsche club in town, and they're always going somewhere and doing something. But I never really been exposed to Porsches, and I don't think I really want any. I have enough weird cars as it is. Here's the drivers meeting, and then let's go. Every time I'm coming this way, I always wonder about this railroad crossing. And if I would come little faster, most likely could make all four wheels up in the put all four wheels up in the air. But then there are a lot of trees and other traffic, and also for railroad crossing, it's kind of dangerous to do this. But the option is always there. I hope other people with these nice cars didn't fly away. I actually put a note in there to make sure that to slow down at this intersection, that this railroad crossing, make sure you don't fly away with your nice cars. As Dale Turek, our club president, said, there is a spirited part of the club which always leaves first and then drives around these roads, what we find for them. And then yeah, so I made sure to put in instructions how not to hit anything or where the dangers lie with driving some very low car. These are actually the wider part of the tour. There will be some narrower parts where we most likely will meet some Amish riding their buggies. So I told the group to make sure to look out for them. People who live here, or they lived here all of their lives, they probably don't realize how nice of the roads are here. You can see some of them are getting used by bicyclists or motorcyclists or car owners like us who actually enjoy driving on these roads. At the same time, I think these roads are the most dangerous roads I ever driven on, because those trees on the side of the roads, they don't move. If you hit a tree with a car, yeah, you are in great trouble, and there are plenty of options to hit trees around the road. in these windy corners, and so it can be really dangerous. So we found a strategic location here to watch the cars coming. We missed it. Now we are heading over to our halfway point. This church called the Cane Ridge Meeting House. It was built in 1791. With American standards, that's a really old building, but with European standards, like, well, that's my grandma's house. As it turns out, this place have a very significant role in several religions what grown out from a meeting what took place here. And it was a 2-week long meeting, and there were a lot of people were coming from around. And then based on this meeting, people got inspired and then started different churches after that. And here it is. This is our halfway stop. There's a Model T also arrived, and this tour is going to be perfect for a slower car because of all the windy roads and lower speeds. The Model T is a very reliable transportation even today's standards. We used to go to a Model T party, they call it a T party therefore, in Texas, and we regularly went 500 miles with these Model Ts, although it took a few days to accomplish that distance. There were several pastors buried around the church grounds, and then inside the church we're gonna see that it's basically a church inside a church. So because the outside looks just like a church, but this is not actually the building what we came here to see, although this one looks very, very nice. Well, I guess no weapons inside. So you can see the walls of this original church, and as I understand, originally those fillings inside weren't in, so people who are attending, they can actually watch for Indians approaching. Later on, they plastered it together so they would have a protection from the elements. The church went through several phases. At one point of time, they removed this loft. And then, as it turns out, it spent 100 years in a neighboring farm, and then they brought it back and reinstalled it when they tried to restore the church. This place is just about 2 miles from my house, and I never even knew it was there. So I'm really excited to be here and look it over. So this place has a private caretaker, and he is the one who's keeping up the place from donations. So the club donated some money, I hope, and then they were able to continue keeping it up. I guess we got more than what we bargained for, because we're hoping for a quick 15-minute story about this place, but then we got an hour from the curator, and then I had to step up and say, sorry, I guess we gotta go, because we have a long way to go and a short time to get there. But you can see the club is here, and then listening to the story behind this place, which was very fascinating actually. I didn't anticipate it that long of a story. Again, this place have a very rich history, so if you're ever in the area, please stop by and then just look at it. Well, it's time to go. Adja gázt! I wanted to record the sound of the cars as they're coming through the covered bridge, but that one person came just at the wrong time when everybody was coming through. But nonetheless, I think we had a really great time. I think it was a good drive. It turned out well. And this is the track side where we're having lunch. And then they had an extra room in there, so everybody had plenty of space to sit down. Want to see how my daughter actually parked the little Fiat, but it looks perfect. Yeah, I'm so proud of her. So she just came back from college. She's going to Transy. I hope you guys had fun, and we'll try again next Friday with something else. Bye.